All right. Good evening and welcome. Welcome to those of you who are here in person live and those of you who are live streaming from around the globe. I'm Reverend Keith. This is our Soul Center Midweek meditation service where we come together to commune with the divine in a way that is perfect, unique, and sublime for each and every one of us. We're going to do that in a minute, or actually a few minutes. Before we do that, I'm going to invite you to go ahead, if you are here in the sanctuary and you have a cellular device, if you could just make sure that it is either off or in do not disturb mode. And for those of you at home, you might just want to put your cellular device, if you're streaming from it, in on a do not disturb as well. And as always, we begin with our reading and our evocation.
Good evening. My name is Gina Feta. Our reading tonight is from Living the Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes. We find this scene in the Upanishad, the silent one, the knower, ever resting in us, may walk, stand, sit, lie down, and not do anything at his sweet will. And in our Bible it says, I will work, and who shall hinder it? What are these but statements of the absoluteness of the Supreme as the all-conquering power of the Spirit? And this all-conquering power of the Spirit finds self-expression through man. This Supreme Being is at the center of each of us. To it, we may come for guidance, and from it, we may draw both inspiration and the power to live, stand, walk, or sit. Every act is an outcome of consciousness. Every moment is within the divine being, and since the divine being is everywhere, it must also be at the center of your own life. Let us turn within for prayer. Oh, I'm so grateful to be here, to be alive, awake, and well. I'm so grateful to know that there's a presence that beats my heart and breathes my lungs. I'm so grateful for this time together, for each person that's here and everyone live streaming and everyone in the whole world. I am grateful. I am grateful to know that this presence is the creator of all, and that all is possible with this presence, whatever you decide to call it. For it is all that there is. And I am born in the image and likeness of this creator, of this oneness. And as that is true for me, it is absolutely true for everybody that is here, streaming and in person. And I bless this time together as sacred. I bless Reverend Keith and his beautiful meditation and sitting with that oneness that's within us all. And I bless this time as lovely and loving. And I simply say, and so it is, amen.
And so it is, amen. Thank you, Gina. And again, welcome to our midweek meditation service, where just a couple of reminders. You know, meditation is the easiest thing in the world, even though some people might choose to say, oh, I don't know about that. But really, we are moving from doing into being, and it takes relaxation. Relaxation is the way we move into a being awareness, and I just want you to just ponder this for a moment. There is a aspect of life. So we know that there's laws that govern the universe, whether it's gravity, whether it's physics, whether it's the law of attraction, whether it's cause and effect or karma, all the same as law of attraction. But I just want you to be aware of the law of creation. So the law of creation basically is life itself, because life is constantly creating itself all the time. Even when we're sitting somewhere and it seems like not much is going on, everything that gets created in our life comes via the law. The fact that we have arms and legs, that just by a nanosecond of a thought, we could take some raw clay and throw it on a potter's wheel, and we could seem like we're going to throw a big vase, that we're going to make that. There are all these laws of physics that make that possible. We're not actually doing it. We're observing and experiencing creation happening through us as though we're the creator. We might go and do our run or go to the gym and have a workout. We might paint a painting or sing a song or drive a car. But none of that happens unless all of the laws that govern the universe that contribute to creation are working together in synergy. And really, the human adventure is about returning to the synergistic, serendipitous nature of life, where you can truly feel the law of creation as a tangible presence that goes before you to allow that which you desire to come to fruition. And just like right now, I'm not exhausted by putting my hands together. I'm not exhausted by waving my arms. There's no real effort taking place. But many of us have been conditioned with the no pain, no gain aspect of life. And let's not, deny anything or make anything bad or wrong. In meditation, we don't want to make anything bad or wrong because that just exacerbates distraction. But in life, if we apply that same premise, not making anything bad or wrong, not by going into denial, not by doing a spiritual bypass, but by going, where am I going to find good? That's one aspect we want to bring into the situation, but also becoming aware of that effortless nature of life. How much of my subconscious or my psyche is predicated on efforting? And as a recovering DIY person who was doing everything, painting, plumbing, electric, you name it, I was going to do it myself. And mostly in the beginning, because I wanted to save a few bucks, or I wanted to prove something, or whatever it was, whatever there was in my subconscious. But the collective of us all coming together and experiencing that harmony with other people, but I'm going to just say, take the practical aspects out. And really, as we move into meditation this evening, just become a little bit more cognizant that there is an energy that most of us have experienced when, you're thinking of somebody and then they call you, that kind of God wink or that serendipitous coincidence that happens. That's not an exception. That's not an anomaly. That's actually the way the universe works on a regular basis. So if you could imagine the divine idea of your life coming straight from the mind of God, making its way down into that part of you that we call the soul, that would be like a drop of water is to the ocean. So you get to experience, I'm a drop, and then you can experience, and I'm one with the ocean. That energy making its way through your soul as desire, and then that energy moves from the soul as desire into the heart, and that can stir up enthusiasm. Enthusiasm is like, I can feel the desire that wants to be created. And then if you really let it make its way down through your solar plexus and your root, and all the way down to your earth star, your 10th chakra, if you really let things happen and you let go of this efforting part of ourselves, it can be really magnificent. Now, I'm not saying we don't ever do anything. It's just that what we do is effortless. It's the doing without doing that comes from the being that expresses as effortless elegance in our lives. And that, I can just tell you from my own personal experience, takes getting used to. If you're really used to doing a lot, then it can take a little getting used to. And so I know that might have sounded a little out there, or maybe it didn't. Maybe it sounded like, that makes perfect sense. And then one of the things that you've probably heard in spiritual practices or around the world in metaphysics and spirituality is that nothing worse than a frustrated metaphysician. And what that just simply means is you can know the truth about something. You can know the truth. You can read a fact or a truth about we are born created in the image and likeness of the divine. But what does that mean? What does it look like? You can know that there are laws that govern the universe, that if I'm vibrating at a particular frequency, then these things effortlessly just gravitate towards me. But if you're not experiencing that, that can be a little bit frustrating. So I'm going to ask you to allow yourself, as we move into meditation, to move into the deepest states of relaxation with the intention of allowing revelation and acclimation. When you acclimate to those frequencies, they just take over. And by take over, I don't mean something is taking over us. I mean, we surrender to our natural state of being. There is a natural state of our being that allows creation to serendipitously unfold. And I'm just going to invite us all to open up to that. You can now let go of all that from your mental body as we choose to relax and move into meditation.
Forget everything I just said.
Your soul knows what I'm talking about. And we're going to dim the lights, and we are now going to begin our practice. As always, we begin by first giving ourselves permission to relax. Just saying to ourselves in our minds, I give myself permission to relax. As we invite, as we evoke, and as we allow the eternal energies, the divine frequencies to wash over us and to rise up from within us, knowing we have no place to go, we have nothing to do except fully surrender into the deepest states of relaxation, rejuvenation, and revelation. We take a moment, and our intention is to completely move into a peace, a serenity, a tranquility that is undisturbed, to allow ourselves to move into a state of absolute illuminated awareness. And so I invite you to join me as we bring our awareness to our breathing without changing it, just becoming aware and allowing it to become deeper, fresher, and fuller, all on its own. When we begin to commune with the gentle yet powerful energy of life force, that which is breathing our breath effortlessly. I invite you to imagine your crown, the top of your head, is wide open. like the dome of an observatory, that we may gaze at the infinite of the cosmos. And as we inhale, you can feel the breath, a breath of light and beauty coming in through your crown and flooding into your heart. And as we exhale, we allow ourselves to let go of the temporal world. We are not getting rid of it. We are transcending. As we exhale, we let go of efforting and trying. As you inhale, you can feel waves of light, luminosity and weightlessness flooding your heart with peace. As we exhale, we let go of figuring, analyzing thoughts. And as we inhale, waves of wisdom beyond words, clarity, begin to fill our awareness. Exhaling, we let go of time, letting go of the past, letting go of the future, and the present, as the spaciousness and timelessness of the eternal floods our heart and our bodies. You begin to feel that energy of life force, luminescent, expanding in our awareness. I invite you to bring your awareness to your mind's eye, the middle of your brow. As we open our inner eye, I invite you to imagine life force, your breath, that as you inhale, is coming in from the back of your skull, and as you exhale, is flowing forward from your brow. This breath of light, moving through our mind's eye, is awakening our imagination to inspiration. Inhaling from the back of your head, exhaling from your forehead forward, and feeling the fresh breath of insight and clarity flooding your mind's eye. And as it continues to breathe on its own, I I invite you to bring your awareness down to your throat center, allowing your throat chakra to open. Imagine that breath of light, balance, harmony. As you inhale from the back of your neck and exhale from your throat forward, flooding and opening the throat center to elegance, eloquence, and self-love. And I invite you to bring your awareness to your heart center, allowing it to open even more. Imagine you are inhaling from your upper back and exhaling from your chest forward. As that life force, the frequency of bliss, beauty, and joy flow through your heart. Every breath is vitalizing, rejuvenating, and expanding. Inhaling from your upper back, exhaling from your chest forward, and allowing the heart to continue to grow in luminosity. And bringing our awareness to our solar plexus, our midsection, where the ribs begin to fan apart, allowing it to breathe. As life force comes in from your middle back as you inhale, and as you exhale, you can feel it flowing from your core forward. A wave of light, life force, ease, effortlessness, flowing through the solar plexus. And as it continues to expand, all on its own, I invite you to bring your awareness to your sacrum, behind your belly button. Inhaling from the lower back, exhaling from your belly button forward. And feeling the fresh breath of balance, harmony, inhaling from the lower back, exhaling from your sacrum forward. And bringing your awareness to your root, the base of your spine. And allowing it to open and breathe as life force rejuvenates. And imagine you are inhaling from your tailbone, exhaling from your pubic bone forward, and feeling the fresh breath of divine strength, courage, safety. Inhaling from your tailbone, exhaling from your pubic bone forward, and allowing the root to continue to breathe all on its own. Now I invite you to imagine high above the earth in a cosmic sky scattered with stars and galaxies. A celestial angelic oasis. And waves of light from an omnipresence flowing down over and around you from the highest point of divinity. And as you inhale, you can feel it coming through your crown, down through your central core, through your root, down between your legs and through your legs, to the bottom of your energy field, the south pole of your own energy body. And as we inhale, we draw the breath all the way down to our 10th chakra. As we exhale, we feel it rise. A full wave of life force enveloping our entire beingness. And it is here that we allow ourselves to recalibrate, rejuvenate, and return as the energy of creation, the energy of your soul, desire, and a wisdom beyond words fully envelops us. Spaciousness, timelessness. It is here that we rest in the stillness. and rising even higher. And as we continue to deepen and rise, I'm going to invite you to become keenly aware through feeling, sensation, sight of the imagination, of the energy of peace. Feel yourself breathing, bathing that divine eternal frequency. Maybe become aware of its color or its texture. And allow the peace to overwhelm you. Physically, emotionally, mentally. Allow the angelic vibration that has nuances of tranquility, serenity, and vibrancy that we call peace. To flow out into your body of affairs. And I invite you to shift ever so gently to an awareness of the eternal frequency of beauty, its vibration, its sensation. What does it look like? Feel like? Allowing ourselves to be overwhelmed in awe of beauty. The angelic energy is rising, peace and beauty expanding, as I invite you to shift ever so gently to an awareness of joy. What does it feel like? Look like? Sound like? Allow yourself to become overwhelmed with the soft, powerful energy of joy. You may begin to feel the physiology, the biology, returning to its natural circadian rhythms, wellness, a soft sense of enthusiasm, a gentle vitality, rejuvenating. The pineal gland opening. The thyroid and the pancreas. Radiant in balance. All the organs, muscles and tissues flooded with the endorphins of homeostasis. No efforting. And as that joy gives way to enthusiasm, we allow ourselves to become aware of desire, a divine idea of our lives at this particular point in our journey. No searching, just marinating. Observing. I'm going to invite you to become aware of your central core. It's like a tube of light that flows down from the top of your energy field, through your crown, through your mind's eye and throat, through your heart, down through the base of your spine, your root, to the south pole of your energy field. And on your next inhalation, the purest, most vibrant, vitalizing breath of pure life force, as we inhale it, down the complete central core to our 10th chakra. As we exhale, you can feel it rising up the width of your entire energy body. This wave of energy is expanding our capacity to hold more life force, more good, more prosperity, more wellness, more inspiration. Inhaling that breath from the north pole of your energy field all the way down to the bottom. Exhaling, feeling it rising back up. As we begin to make our way back into a lucid state of divine awareness, allowing everything to continue to open and expand. We take a moment and we agree that all expansion, all healing is only and always done in benevolent, dynamic, divine, profound, efficient, immaculate, and beautiful ways. We take a moment and we remember the truth that there is an intelligence and a power back of all life, the power that's right now spinning all the planets on their axes, the Earth rotating at 40,000 miles per hour on its axis, while all the planets dance around the sun in our solar system. The Earth at 100,000 miles per hour. Everything in unity, harmony, while the solar system flows through the galaxy, and the galaxy through the universe. The life force that photosynthesizes plants to grow as blades of grass or flowers, trees, and forests, that multiplied the cells to become our fingers and toes and organs. That intelligence that is beyond intellect. We call it omniscient, for it is everywhere. We call it omnipresent in all dimensions of all incarnations. And it is all powerful. It erupts a volcano that drops rain from the clouds. Some call it the universe, or the presence, or God, Jehovah, Dios, Yahweh, Choda, Adonai, the Creator, the Great One. That is what is undergirding all life, and it only begets good. It is in perfect synergy and serendipitously flows as beauty everywhere. That is the very nature of our beingness. Each and every one of us formed and fashioned in the image and likeness of the divine. And I'm grateful that just by relaxing, returning to the beginning, everything can be made new. For in the divine, all is fresh, all is new. Grateful for our time, knowing something wonderful has taken place. And as you feel the chair beneath you, or possibly your bed if you're streaming in, the ground beneath our feet, Mother Earth, we come back into that lucid state of divine awareness, and whenever you feel ready, if you haven't already, you can open your eyes. And we're going to bring the lights up in the sanctuary. And if you need a little time to just relax, take some time to relax. If you need a little grounding or balancing by squeezing your opposite hand to your opposite knee, sometimes that helps balance our masculine and feminine energies, or just push your feet into the ground, or whatever works for you as we come back. And again, this is our soul-centered midweek meditation. We're here on Wednesdays. In addition, we're here on Sunday. Sunday we do a 10 o'clock meditation from 10 to about 10:18, a little bit shorter, but it precedes our Sunday service, which begins at 10:30, and we have music and a message, and it's inspirational. We are a trans-denominational, non-denominational community, which means we honor the golden thread in all religions and mystical traditions, part of the Agape International Spiritual Center. We're just here to support you in your direct experience of the divine. And for those of you who are here, and those of you who are streaming in online, if you ever want to make a contribution to our community, we do this on a love offering basis here. you want to make a contribution, the information will come up on the screen for our Love Streamers, all the electronic ways you can do it through our website, through the QR code, Venmo, Zelle, you name it. And for those of you who are here, you can use that, or you can use the donation box if you feel inclined to make a contribution. It is tax deductible. We are a 501c3 nonprofit. So if that calls to you, wonderful. If not, that's all right too. This is part of the way we like to offer a meditation where you come together in a group. We've got a lot of other things going on in our community besides that. We have a retreat coming up in Sedona in October, 2.5 days. There's about 2 spots left for off-site participation, meaning the on-site places are all taken, but there's a couple spots left if you want to stay 2 minutes away from where we're going to be. That's midweek in October. We've got a cruise, harbor cruise this Saturday, which there's still a couple spots left of that too. All at soulcenteroc.com. So just letting you know, we got a lot going on in our community. If you ever want to sign up for our newsletter, go to soulcenteroc.com. And with that, I welcome you back, and you're welcome to sit for a moment, but we are complete. Peace and blessings.
Thank you, Brad.
My pleasure.
Thank you, Reverend.
My pleasure.